Good morning, guys. Great to see you. I'm super excited to share a few minutes of your day. Thanks for taking time out to spend with me. This very brief video gives me a chance to connect with you, as you guys are now off doing your thing and you're starting to develop your own lives and you're starting to pursue your own dreams and your own visions. This gives me a chance to stay connected with you and hopefully to breathe in some more value into your life as you're shaping your destiny and as you're chasing your dreams and your goals. My job, of course, is to make sure that I continue to participate and give you as much wisdom as I can possibly give you. So that's the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is for me to reach out, to feel like I'm still able to participate, not just by phone, not just when I see you occasionally, but in their daily transformation as you guys become the young adults and the leaders of the next generation. So I'm super excited to spend just a few minutes with you. Two things I'm going to do today. Number one, and this one's going to sound kind of weird, who's your daddy? I'm going to just talk a little bit about who I am and what qualifies me to be able to give you some information. You guys have grown up with me, and now that you're off in college, you're out doing your own thing and pursuing your goals. But oftentimes people ask you, what is it that your daddy does? Anya, I know this has happened to you specifically, and people ask me this all the time on social media. Sean, what do you do? Because they see me traveling around the nation, they see me traveling around the globe, and they often come back to, what is it that you do? So number one, I'm going to introduce myself, if you will, to you, but to a wider audience. So I want you to have some familiarity and be able to talk to people intelligently as to who I am. That's number one. But the other reason I'm doing that is to show the other people that don't know me a little bit about my background and a little bit what qualifies me to be able to share with you the information I'm going to share with you today. So I am excited to introduce myself, to give you that background. Then the second thing I'm going to do today, very briefly, is I'm going to introduce you to one of the foundational concepts that's in my upcoming book, The Prosperity Manual. It's going to be due out this year. This is the foundational principle upon which the Prosperity Manual builds. And so I'm going to share with you what I call the T&I quadrant. There's only one of these sections that we're going to talk about in depth today, but I want to introduce that to you real quickly. So let's start with my background. Who am I? Look, for the last 20 plus years, I have been an author, I've been a trainer, and I've been an advisor to mostly people in the political arena. However, for the last 5 years, 6 years now, I've been working with corporations and with nonprofit organizations. The first thing I want to share with you is, of course, I'm an author. Many people know me in the political arena, not just for my work as a state or county chairman or as a state committee man or as a state legislator, but because I do a lot of consulting with people. Predominantly, I help them shape message, help them do their marketing and communication strategy, and I help them raise money. That's really what most candidates reach out to me for. How do they position themselves to be that what I call the only logical choice for the position that they seek? And as you know, an author, I published this book back in 2010, wildly successful in my niche. My niche at that time was politics, and so my How to Win book is a must-have book that a lot of people have turned to and utilize in order to get elected, raise money for their campaigns, etc. But I've also developed a couple of other books. For example, Campaign Success Blueprint. This one document alone, listen, this one has been fantastic for me and for my clients. I charge $5,000 for this document alone, and this blueprint literally lays the foundation for not just a successful campaign, but for a successful career in politics. And of course, many of my clients use this. We use this as the foundational document. After they understand the strategy that they get in the How to Win book, and through that, then we use that as the foundation. And then I've published a number of these different advanced strategies. This is what I call Pathways to Power Advanced Strategy Series. This one is specifically for political organizations. This is how do you raise money using planned events inside a political organization. But I also use this book and one just like this for nonprofit organizations. It's event fundraising is really what that book is. So as you can see from an author standpoint, not only am I a published author, but I'm also a published author of a regular book, but also of multiple workbooks. And then when I transferred into doing more and more corporate demands, because I've had a lot of corporate requests, nonprofit-wise, The leadership advantage is one of the things that I bring to nonprofit organizations and to for-profit organizations. And this is the one that I get the most requests on, because it's how do we have interpersonal communications to advance the mission. That's really what this is. And this is advancing your mission with personality styles. So it teaches people how do we communicate effectively inter-office in order to advance the mission of the organization, whether that's a nonprofit or for-profit. And for example, one of the other clients that I had was Hertz Car Sales. This was for their management team. This is their management and communications training program, phase 1 for their program. And then this was the management and communications training phase 2. And this was done over a course of several weeks. And what we did here was we did management and communications for the managers predominantly, and then we taught them how to communicate and effectively manage, lead, and lift up their salespeople, more than just motivating by money. So as you can see, I am not just an author, I'm not just an advisor, but I'm also a corporate trainer. And I love the corporate training side. That's part of the reason what's motivating me to do the book, to put out this new book, which is called The Prosperity Manual. It's going to allow me to reach into the hearts and lives of millions of people across the globe and help lift them up. So I'm super excited about doing that. Let me share with you real quickly. And I'm sorry that I'm talking so fast, but I want to get a lot of information out to you, and I want to do it quickly. Some people think that I'm speaking so fast, they think I'm speaking in tongues. I'm not speaking in tongues. I just got a lot of information I want to share with you. So here's the T&I quadrant, you guys. This is an important foundation. It's the foundation that's going to be in my book, and it's the foundation that you must understand as you're beginning to develop and pursue your own personal dreams. It's 2018. It's the beginning of the year. People get super excited and they start to set goals for themselves of all the things they want to accomplish and all the things they want to do in their lives, and specifically in this year. And so the T&I quadrant will help you get direction and focus and clarity on who you are and where it is you want to go. TTTI. TTTI stands for, the first quadrant is time. Time. Second one is talent. The third one is treasure. And the last one is ideas. You guys, these are the only 4 resources that you and I have available to us. And we all have these resources available to us. Only these 4 resources: time, talent, treasure, and ideas. And guys, oftentimes what happens as you start to get into the world and you start going out there and starting to build up your, and many people want to focus on treasure. They want to build up their bank account. They want to make a lot of money, especially in America, right? We talk about how we can break free and get out of the rat race, etc. And so they really focus on, I really want to strengthen my treasury, my bank account. I want to make a lot of money. And so they really focus themselves on treasure. The one resource, and there's 4 resources specifically that we have, the one resource that you cannot get any more of is time. Time is the one resource that is uncertain. You have it today, but there's no guarantee we have it tomorrow. Part of the reason why I'm giving you this video is to make sure you get some of the wisdom that I have. You have it available to you no matter what happens in the future, right? If I'm here, if I'm not here, you'll have my wisdom and my insights anyways. Time is the one variable that exists as long as we have it, and there's no guarantee that we're going to have it for very long. So we must use our time here efficiently and effectively. The other things that we have are talent, treasure, and ideas. Oftentimes, we overlook our talents when we have a low income, when we have no treasure. This happens a lot of times. When people feel like their bank account is low, they're feeling bad, they don't feel like their talents are quote unquote worthy. And what I'm saying is, you and I want to invest ourselves right here and right now in developing our talent, ultimately our treasure, and we're going to utilize and be exposed to multiple ideas. So here's a thought for you, just to give you an example. You right now have a lot of time on your hands. You're in college, and or some people are just working a job, right, a 9 to 5. So they have a lot of time on their hands, and they've got an idea that they want to build up treasure, and they're attempting to either develop their talent or take their talent and come up with some creative ideas to turn their talent into treasure, right? This happens all the time. And right now at the collegiate level, you may be thinking, I want money, but I'm not sure how to use my talents because I'm not sure yet what my talents are. Or my talents are undeveloped, right? I may be a musician, Sean D, check it out. You may be a musician who's got tremendous talent, but you have yet to develop your full potential. You have time to do that. Now is the time to invest in this talent, to build it up. As you build that talent up, the treasure will follow. If you're in college, and this is what I love about college, is college gives you a chance to be around ideas and creative minds and creative individuals and time and ideas immemorial, ideas from way, way back to ideas that are current and today, that are happening right now. You have the time to invest in ideas to help develop your talent and or identify your talent if you don't know what your talent is. Your talent usually is what makes you motivated from the heart. It's what gets you excited. One of the things that gets me excited is teaching young people, teaching people how to invest themselves into a brighter future and take advantage of the beautiful opportunity that exists right now in 2018 in this digital technological era. What an exciting time to be alive. It's exciting if you invest your time wisely into developing your talent, cultivating ideas that work for you, integrating those ideas in your life through the discipline of time, and ultimately that treasure will follow. There are so many variables that we're going to talk about over the coming days. I want you to understand this concept though, because this concept is the foundation of all of this. What I say about time is that time will either promote or expose you. In time, you will either be promoted as having been around great people with great ideas or not. If your ideas are super low on a scale of 1 to 10 and you're delving in ideas of 1, 2, and 3 that are just temporal or that are just for you, they're not for a larger society, you need to get around people with bigger ideas, right? Because time will expose that. And you're not going to get a whole lot of treasure from people if your ideas are weak, right? If you got stinking thinking, ain't nobody gonna pay you for stinking thinking. They're gonna pay you for ideas that lift them up, that encourage them, that help them see beyond. One of the reasons why I like Elon Musk so much is because he's got a vision beyond just creating an electric car, right? He's got bigger visions that are going to affect future generations. Love that. Love those kind of ideas. They're empowering. Bill Gates, same thing, right? He's taking his vast sum of wealth and he's not just going out and accumulating more, right? How much more can you get? He's giving and giving and giving and touching the quality of people's lives all across the world. Super exciting. These are the kind of ideas that I encourage you right now to invest your time in and be disciplined with your time, because that's the one resource that you and I have that we don't know how much of it we do have. So use the time that you do have, that one resource, use it effectively. Your talents will come. I promise you, you will find your talent. It takes time for different people. But once you know what your talent is, invest time into developing your talent. It takes time. Once that seed is planted, it takes time for that seed to grow deep roots and then ultimately to blossom and to bloom. It takes time to do it, so invest your time. Ideas. Be around good people with good ideas. Do not let yourself hang out with folks who are devoid of ideas and lack good ideas for the future. And then, of course, your treasure will follow. Don't sweat the treasure so much. There's plenty of money out in the universe, and all you have to do is attract some to you. And you can do that by wisely investing your time, your talent, and being around really good ideas. You guys, I just want to give you some love and encouragement today. That's all I got for you right now. I'm going to come back and I'm going to continue to build on this. Next time, we're going to talk a little bit specifically about some things you can do to develop your talent and or to identify your talent if you don't have it, so that you can bring some value to the marketplace in order to get some treasure. Love you much. Can't wait to connect with you. You guys reach out to me on Leader Sean, either at Instagram Leader Sean or Leader Sean on Facebook, and love to hear your thoughts about this. Take care. Have a great week.